welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing really well. Finally figured out where to clip the mic in such a way that it's not disrupted by my hair and stuff. I am getting ready this morning. I have to shoot a bunch of content today, and I also have to go and collect my passport from the visa office, and I wanted to look half decent for it, and I thought I would shoot myself doing my makeup while answering or reacting rather to some of your comments. Let me actually explain what spurred on this video idea with the first comment itself. It said, "Girl, you're the makeup and skincare content creator that has no haters, honestly." And someone replied saying, "That's so true." And I thought about it, and I really think there's a reason for it, which is that I am very PG-13, very much on purpose. Oh my god, my moisturizer is over. This is my trusted physio gel. I seem to be running very low on. Wanna cut up the tube, but I don't have the patience to get the scissor right now. This is officially an empty. It's going in my empties collection for a future video that I'll be making. So I guess now we're starting with Deconstruct's gel sunscreen. Anyway, back to this comment that spurred on the whole idea of this video. I feel like the reason that I don't have haters, which I first of all don't even believe, I think maybe I don't have haters in like the traditional sense of the word, but 100% people are hate watching my content. It is just part and parcel of being on the internet. Like, people probably are watching my content and being really jealous of my lifestyle, of what I have access to, or the kind of products I get, whatever it is. Definitely 100% I have hate watchers, and I can even say this very confidently because of the kind of comments I get, especially on YouTube. I feel like Instagram people are still not maybe so crass with their comment style, or maybe it's just the kind of vibe I've managed to build on my Instagram over the years. But yeah, I feel like definitely hate watchers are there. Used to be way more unfiltered with my content, even on stories and stuff a few years ago, but since then I feel like the internet has become such a horrible place to exist, and it's also so easy to be cancelled, to be hated on, to receive unnecessary, unwanted type of attention, that I constantly police myself, and I constantly feel like I don't actually say the things I want to say, which is the reason why maybe I don't have the kind of haters you traditionally see other creators having. But that comes at a cost, because I constantly feel like I'm not being myself. Because I'm actually such a funny person. I mean, I get told this a lot offline by people that know me IRL, because I make a lot of jokes. I'm very silly. I'm very like not serious about a lot of things. This impression has only come as a result of me constantly policing myself. It is very sad that I have to like exist on the internet on these terms, but I genuinely don't know what other way to do it. I was explaining this to someone on DM the other day, because they were saying, in reaction to a story I posted where I was like showing a picture of myself in the gym, I said in the caption, is this like a thirst trap, or is it okay to post? And this person was like, you should 100% just post whatever you want to post. And I was explaining to her that it's really not that easy. As someone who has to exist on the internet, it's really important that I have a good relationship with my followers, and that there's no like negativity or unwanted opinions floating around, because that makes existing on the internet much harder for me. Literally the same as, you know, living in the same household with people who disagree with your way of life or disagree with you on any topic. The weight of existing in the same house as that person would be exhausting, and that's what spurred this whole video, because I was thinking that, why do I have to subscribe to this? I can also just come out here and post whatever it is I want to post. Maybe it'll be fun to do a video where I'm honestly reacting to like comments that I receive all the time on my videos. When I see these comments, I really want to respond to it, or I have a certain thought, and how much only self-policing can I do? You know, sometimes I just want to be free and talk to you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys are getting my POV. You kind of are in sync with me, so I'm hoping this lands in the right way. Yeah, so let's basically get into it. I first used this sunscreen, which is actually really nice. It leaves a sort of matte finish on the skin while still giving you a sort of glow. I don't know how they managed to do it. Ideally, I feel like this kind of formula works much better on its own, rather than like putting some other serums and toners and then going in with this. I feel like that might cause pilling. Just straight up using just the sunscreen it's such a nice finish on the skin. I feel like you can see that. I don't want to sit here and give undue attention to only the negative comments, because something I really did not realize when I started my account, or even now that still really baffles me, is how much of a positive impact my content seems to have on a lot of people that watch it. It's shocking to me, and I can sort of relate because I used to watch certain YouTubers' content in this exact same way, that I used to feel so positive. I used to feel so impacted by everything they did and everything they showed in their YouTube videos, and it's really shocking to me. I still can't believe that I get comments like this. Like, one instance I still remember vividly, I think about all the time, is in my jewelry video. I was showing a particular piece of jewelry and I said, I don't know where this piece of jewelry is from, I can't remember it. And someone, I don't even know how they remembered this much detail about my videos, because they replied saying, hey, I think this piece is from this particular brand because you mentioned it in your vlog number XYZ. I was like so shocked. I genuinely could not believe that someone pays that much attention to my content and literally remembers the vlog I mentioned this detail down to the number. Like, that is both scary and positive for me, because I'm like, that is so sweet that you remember such a detail. And additionally, it reminds me that I'm constantly being watched. Whatever I say, whatever I do, whatever I post is going to exist forever on platforms. But genuinely, I get comments like this, and I have so many instances like this where people tell me just how much the videos I post are impacting them, and I'm so grateful that you're here watching. I am using Benefit's 24-hour brow setter. This is just one of my favorite brow gels. I use it, I feel like, in every single video. I also think it works really well on just bare eyebrows, especially if you trim the fronts of your eyebrows. I've stopped threading, by the way, but if you trim the front of your eyebrows and make all the hairs sort of like even length, and then you go in with this brow gel, I feel it looks so good. Next, we have this very common perception from my videos, which is apparently that I only talk about very expensive products. Literally, the comment says, I've been your fan for so long, I've tried a few of your recommendations too, but I must say the products you mention now are getting more and more expensive, like completely impossible to buy. There are so many different reasons for this that I want to clarify. Number one is, when I started as a creator, I was a student. A lot of the brands that I used back then were like Faces Canada, Lakme. None of those brands are like bad by any means. I still love those products. I still have like so much attachment to that Faces Canada Spice Latte lip crayon that they discontinued. I still have one in my collection because I'm like, I am not willing to let go of this lip crayon. And of course, you know my love for the Lakme Insta liner. It's like the only eyeliner I use ever. I've learned how to do my winged eyeliner on that, and I will always do my winged eyeliner on that. Anytime I change from that eyeliner, I can immediately tell it's just not winging the same way. So I started as a student with no budget, so the kind of brands I was using then was vastly different than the kind of brands I use now as a creator who now has a much bigger following, mainly because I get sent a lot of PR, and the brands that send me that PR, a lot of them are high-end, first of all. Secondly, the reason they send it to me is for me to feature it in my content. It's kind of like an unsaid rule that if I get a product from a brand, I have to feature it in my content. And honestly, why would I not? Does that make sense? Because I'm a creator and my videos are literally featuring makeup products day in and day out, and brands in general are supplying me with a constant like flow of product. I will want to show those products, no? Like, it's just logic. The other factor to this is that as a result of this PR that I'm getting, I've kind of stopped doing beauty shopping. I did used to make an effort to like order a bunch of affordable products every time the Nykaa sale came, or when I went to Zudio when I was in Madurai, I bought all the products from Zudio and I did like a video wearing all the Zudio products and reviewing it. I have done this stuff in the past. However, after I shoot that video, I feel like those products, when I compare it to the products I already have or the more high-end products, sometimes just don't perform the same. So I end up just leaving them in the drawer, or I have to get rid of them, and it's so wasteful. So I'm extremely picky when it comes to buying products myself. And as someone who's been in the beauty industry for so many years now, I feel like my taste and interest has also changed. As someone who's older now, I am much more quality and value sensitive than price sensitive, which makes me want to splurge a little bit or not mind spending a bit more on better quality products or better branded products. I've always had such a soft spot for brands that brand themselves right. I mean, I myself used to work at Faye, and that was my little job, so I still am very passionate about that. And a way to counter this, I feel I'm very specific that I do choose a bunch of collabs featuring more affordable products, which is why I work so often with L'Oreal, Maybelline, because these brands actually deliver on both quality and price. So when you see me promoting them, it's not that I'm just like being a sellout. I don't know how else to convince you otherwise, because I genuinely like those products. I test the products out before I accept the collaboration. So in all honesty, I feel like I really am giving the kind of attention that I can to more like affordable recommendations. I post them at least once a month is what I'm trying, but on YouTube Shorts, I do single product reviews of products that are more on the affordable side. If you guys watch the YouTube Shorts, you would know this is not content I post on Instagram, by the way. So this is very intentional. I feel like I'm doing the best that I can, but of course there's always room for improvement, and I hope you get my POV on this now. The only thing I wish was not the case is when I get this comment, I get told this comment as if it's like meant to shame me. The tone in which this is said to me is very much like, you should feel ashamed that all the products you're talking about are costly, which I don't understand. There is no need for that. You can put your opinion across while being curious about why it's like that, rather than assuming. I don't understand why we all have to be so attacky on the internet. Just ask, why it's like that. I'm happy to explain. Okay, now I'm using Clinique's High Impact Mascara. This is literally one of my favorite mascaras. Another thing that I've noticed in the comment section is when someone leaves a comment, especially if it's wrongly worded. Like for me, it's so evident that this person maybe doesn't have a good grasp of English and they're trying to put their opinion across, but they don't know how. Other people are so quick to go and comment on that and shame that person, which is so sad. That's again, why is internet culture like this? I will never understand it. There is no need to be attacky to anyone. Like, no matter if they're being mean to you, you can defend yourself, but you don't have to go and attack them. You can clarify your opinion. You can agree to disagree with someone, but you don't have to make them feel small and make them feel shamed. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so the next thing is something I get told so often. All of these screenshots I've included, by the way, it's just one single screenshot, but you best bet that I'm getting this comment so often in my content. Like every day I get at least one of these comments. So this one seems to be like everyone's favorite comment to leave under my videos, especially on YouTube Shorts or like my makeup videos where I am not smiling. Everyone's like, why are you not smiling? This person says, I have never seen you laughing, showing your teeth, because without smiling you look just like a beautiful girl. I assume they're obviously trying to say that I need to smile more in my videos. This is so triggering to me. You are seeing like a 15-minute snippet of me doing my makeup and assuming that I don't smile. That's a gross misjudgment on your part. Like, that's literally impossible. How can I just go about my life without smiling? I do smile, I do laugh. Like, I don't know, should I like put all the pictures of me smiling on screen just as proof? Additionally, I just feel like some people have a resting face that looks mean, but that doesn't mean they're mean. I've got this comment literally since schools, which is why I think it's like hitting me a lot, because when I'm just resting, minding my business, I'm just going about my business. Even at events, sometimes when I meet creators, they tell me, oh, I thought you would be like so mean. Why? They've literally not tried talking to me. So how do you know if I'm mean or not? I don't want to waste any more time sitting here convincing you that I'm a giggly and bubbly person. It's fine. You don't have to believe me. Okay, next thing someone said is off topic, but the reflection of your phone in your eyes makes it look like you have split pupils like the eyes of a reptile. I just found this so funny, I had to include it. I put it here for comic value for you as well, because this is the kind of comments I get and I have way too much fun going through them. Okay, someone said, and this is something I myself very strongly agree with. They said, actually, I don't believe in the products you use, but I just love your hand techniques and how elegantly you do your makeup. 100% agreed. I'm on the same page as this person, because it is not about the product. It is more about application and how you apply this product. I forgot to bring a Forgot to bring a blush brush. Maybe I'll try to do this with my hands. This is Sommer Beauty's blush in the shade Palm. I'm just blending this out using my fingers. Why this hair didn't get clipped? Little bit on the nose. Okay, next comment. Someone said, how can you be a non-girly girl when your entire channel revolves around skincare and makeup? Make it make sense. I don't understand how to even respond to this comment, because what do you mean? So if I have interest in makeup and skincare, that immediately means I'm a girly girl. Secondly, is it a bad thing to be a girly girl? I was just saying that I'm a non-girly girl. That doesn't mean I'm saying that being a girly girl is bad. Why are we trying to put humans into one definition? You can be many things at the same time. I can be very tomboyish and still be into makeup and skincare. This just says to me that maybe your worldview is very small in comparison to mine, and that's totally fine. Just don't make me feel bad about it. Also, additionally, my content, obviously, as I said at the start of the video, is very on purposely focused on makeup and skincare. I don't like to talk about my private life and all these other things and make it about something else, but that doesn't mean that's my whole life or personality. I have so many interests outside of content, outside of what I post here, which is makeup and skincare. I shouldn't have to even explain this. Yeah, bruh. What? We're gonna swiftly move on because I have nothing else to add to this. This is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. I'm using the shade Custard, but I actually think I'm in the shade Toffee. And I'm using the NARS concealer brush. This is literally hands down the best concealer brush. I've been doing a series of YouTube Shorts videos where I like review a paid collab product in my own words. And the idea for that came from the fact that brands necessitate us using certain words to describe their product when we post the collab video, which means I'm basically like telling you what the product is and what it does in the brand's language. This video is me telling you what the product is and what the product does in my own words, which is why the title says in my own words every time I do this video. And I start the video by saying, forget the paid collab, here's what I actually think about XYZ. Someone says, how do we forget the paid collab when you've been recommending every foundation or product that you collab with? Honestly, I used to feel differently about this a few years ago, but now I feel this is a very good opinion. That you think that I recommend every product or foundation I collab with wholeheartedly is actually such a good impression to leave, because I truly only accept the collab if I like the product. If I don't, if it doesn't cut my test, I say no to the collaboration. I literally have brands send me the product and I try it, and if it doesn't cut it, I'm like, I'm not doing the collaboration. It's as simple as that. So the fact that you think that I feel and think really good things about every product I collab with is in a way really good thing, no? And honestly, I say no to more collabs than I say yes to collabs. For example, off the top of my head, recently I said no to a collab which was for a moisturizer. I think I tried it, it was highly fragrance, and I was like, I don't feel comfortable recommending such a highly fragrance moisturizer to people, especially acne prone skin types and all this stuff. I say no to active ingredient collabs all the time because I don't want to put that kind of power in people's hand unless that product is like heavily researched and the brand is able to justify the claims that they are making, which is why I said okay to the Flout collaboration for their retinol, because they sat me down and literally explained to me every single thing and why they're claiming the things they're claiming. Yeah, just don't make such an assumption, man. I don't know how to make you believe me. You either believe me or you don't. Okay, then we have this comment. This happened like few days ago, literally. Let me explain the situation. I posted a skincare video, right? In that video, I mentioned that if you're like new to skincare, you can maybe consult with ChatGPT. And I said it's a really good place to get, you know, information on what would potentially work for your skin type and things like that. This person said, why would you recommend someone to start with skincare on like AI when in fact shouldn't it be with a dermat? Now, because I always recommend people go to the dermat, especially in my comment section, I was like, this is kind of obvious. Also, additionally, the day I was shooting this, it was not the best day for me to be shooting that video, essentially because I don't script my YouTube videos. I actively think of the sentences as I'm recording. Yeah, so basically I forgot to mention the dermat point, which if I had more time, I 100% would have thought of, you know. Either ways, after reading this comment, I immediately felt like, okay, this makes total sense. Like I maybe can just edit out that section so that if there is someone new who's watching my content for the first time, they don't they obviously don't know that I'm going around recommending everyone to go to a dermat, so they will think that I'm recommending AI. And recommending AI and supporting AI is also such a controversial thing today. I decided to remove that section from the video, and that was that, which is, I feel like, totally fine, right? But then later someone has, put across their opinion to the first comment in a very, I feel like this person was coming from a moral high ground and making snap judgments and not allowing for me to have a differing opinion, or giving space for another person to explain themselves, which why are we not doing that? We should always seek to understand rather than assume. So the second comment actually annoyed me more than the first, because the first person, I'm hoping, came from a place of curiosity, which meant I was able to explain myself. But the second comment really was just unnecessarily shaming me. I just wish that wasn't the case, because I'm also just a person, and you don't know what it's like to shoot 4 videos in a day. You don't know what it's like for me to actively think of sentences as I am shooting. Sometimes I just miss things. You are allowed to call me out on it, and I can correct myself. That is how it should be. It's fine. We don't have to go around like just being unnecessarily mean and rude. The next thing someone said is, finally doing something different instead of the same recycled vlog routine. This one actually feels alive. Again, the tone in which this is put across is so unnecessary. Like, you can just appreciate the vlog as it is. You can say, hey, I noticed you did something different in this vlog. I really like this style. Please keep doing it. That is totally different, because I feel like the tone in this can very much come across as hurtful, which it was when I read it, which is why I responded saying, thank you, I'm glad you liked it, but there was no need to put your thoughts across with this tone. Firstly, like, vlogs are going to be repetitive. It is impossible for me to make every vlog exciting, enticing, full of like the most glamorous things, because my life is not like that. I mean, even if I get invited to hundreds of events and I'm constantly going to one event or the other, I need to have a routine in my life. You know what I mean? So if I'm showing you my realistic, real life, it is going to be repetitive at some point. Within my head only, I'm like, oh, I need to make sure that my week is like really packed, so that there's like different exciting things for people to see in the vlog, which again is so sad. Like, why should I have to do that just for entertainment, just for the algorithm, just so that people can approve my life or how it looks in a video, right? So I just wish we all had like collectively a different mindset towards vlogs, because vlogs are literally just meant to be me sharing my life as unfiltered as I want to be in them. It's just the tone in which certain comments are left are really hurtful and so unnecessary. It's not even funny. But yeah, if you watch my content and you're like, oh, why is every video repetitive? It is because life is repetitive, bro. Someone commented on a video where I think I was swatching like a new range of lipsticks, saying, do you basically use these once and then return them? And to clarify, like, when I get a PR package, I first of all decide if I want to keep the PR package and shoot something with it, or if I want to give it away for a giveaway for you guys, or if I already have that product, then I give it either in the giveaway pile or I give it to friends and fam. If the PR package makes it to second stage, which is in a bag where I choose products from to like shoot my single product reviews or make my tutorials or whatever, especially if it's like a whole lipstick collection, I shoot a video with them, and then at the end of shooting that video and that goes live, I put it back in that bag, and at a later point I come back to this bag, pull out all the products from it and check if that same formula and color already exists in my collection. Then I give it away to friends and fam who don't mind using products that I've already used, or in the alternative situation where I don't have that shade or formula, I keep it in my collection. I just wanted to clarify this so that you're aware that this is the process I follow. Next, we have a bunch of comments I get literally in every single video, I feel, of people saying I look like Janvi Kapoor or someone called Sonu from TMKOC. The funniest comment actually was someone saying you look like Sonu from TMKOC, and someone was like, which one? 1, 2, 3 or 4? And I found that so funny. Like, I was literally laughing about it for like 10 minutes yesterday. But I don't know how to respond to this comment. I don't know if I should like this comment. I don't know. It makes things awkward, man. Like, I don't know what to say. Do I say thank you? Do I say I don't agree, I don't think I look like that person, or should I like the comment, should I not do anything about the comment? It's so awkward. I just genuinely don't know what to say. But yeah, I get these comments a lot. I am putting it here because I see your comments, I acknowledge them. This, by the way, is the newest lipstick that I spend my own money on. I was at the mall the other day and I tried this lipstick on and I was like, hold on a minute, this is like literally my exact lip color. You will be like, why did you buy this? Because this looks like nothing on. But it's doing something. It's like blurring out my lip lines. It's making my lips look plush, but it looks like my lip color. Wait. It's literally my lips. Little bit on the cheeks also. Oh, I also went in with the NARS lip liner in number 14 before I went in with the lipstick. And we're basically at the end of the video as well. The last comment is such a positive comment. It's like I never in my wildest dreams would have imagined that someone perceived my videos like this. They said, my vocabulary is getting better watching your videos. A stream of cute emojis. So cute. That is so cute. First of all, I didn't even know that I had good vocabulary. Thank you for telling me that. And secondly, the fact that someone's like watching my content and feeling the impact in such a positive way is such a priceless feeling. It makes me so giddy. Genuinely, I also think it's because at one point in my life, I used to watch like people around me have better vocabulary than me simply because they read more books or they watch different kind of content than me. And I always thought to myself, when I'm older, I want to have better vocabulary and I want to be like a human thesaurus. If someone's asking me for like an alternate word for this word, I should just have it ready in my brain. I felt like it was such a skill. So to receive this comment felt so special. And I really think that this is the section of the comments that I like to focus on. And those are the ones that really keep me going, showing up here every week, serving you content on a platter. And with that, I'm ready. And I've also run out of these comments. I did my hair using the Alan Truman Volumo, by the way. It literally took me 5 minutes. It always gives me the best hair without trying too hard. You should really try it if you haven't tried it yet. Please keep leaving your comments below. I love reading them, honestly. Whether I disagree with them or whether I agree with them, that's a different topic, but I just love reading your comments. They are either entertaining or they make me melt. There's no in between. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you like this video. I'm gonna leave all the products linked or mentioned in the description or both. Which, by the way, you should know that on YouTube Shorts, every time I post a video and you can't find the product details, if you're watching my short, you see this like 3 dots button. Click here and then click the description button and you will see all of the product information. I usually leave it here. Please remember that it is always here. And additionally, it's also tagged in this like shopping feature. If you shop from here, by the way, in case you don't know, I earn a small commission. I just thought I'll mention it because a lot of people don't seem to know where to find product information. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week with another video. Please subscribe.